Now, Fawzia Koofi joins us from Moscow. She is a member of parliament in Afghanistan and also the vice president of the National Assembly. Thanks so much for speaking to us, Fawzia. You know, a number of analysts refer to these peace talks as an achievement in that finally the Taliban has come to the table to negotiate constructively for peace. Do you feel that way, though? Because you remember what it was like for Afghans, especially women, to be at the mercy of Taliban rule.
Absolutely. I think not only me, but anyone who lived in Afghanistan during the Taliban time, remember, especially women, remember how extreme the Taliban were when it comes to the woman civil and human rights, not only to the woman, but to everyone. But I guess that being said, you always talk to the people that you extremely have opponents' ideas, you oppose each other, and it's important that we nowadays, in 21st century, we talk and we resolve our issues through talks and negotiations. Therefore, I think I see this kind of the first dialogue where the Taliban and Afghan officials and politicians, among them, only two women, one of them being me, sit on a table and talk very difficult and opposing issues that we used to challenge each other, and especially, you know, on the issue of women's rights. I think that's a positive step, but of course, here in Moscow, everyone tries to talk very nicely when it comes to implementation and enforcing those ideas back home. This is a matter that we women of Afghanistan and people of Afghanistan are concerned and uncertain about.
And tell me though, Fawzia, how much is the Taliban a party and a partner that you, particularly as a woman, can actually negotiate with? Is this not the same Taliban that we knew back in 2001 and prior to 2001 that wouldn't even allow a woman to become literate? Is this a different party now that you feel you can actually make progress with negotiating for peace in the country?
Well, when it comes to the statements and to the official protocol, as I said, it is important and it's a positive step, the fact that I am sitting with Taliban on a table, negotiating the facts, the rights that I was deprived, and with me, thousands of women of Afghanistan were deprived during the Taliban regime. Now we talked that, and it was, of course, very good to hear from Taliban that they now changed, that they want women to go to school, they want women to work. As I said, these are nice statements you make in Moscow. Back home, if you look at the situation in the areas which is controlled by Taliban, unfortunately, in majority of the areas, school for girls are closed. So right. It's important that Taliban actually reinforce what the statement they make. The other thing, I think important thing is we need some international guarantee. I understand you know, the U.S. is withdrawing, willing to withdraw from Afghanistan, and I'm listening to President Trump's State of Union address. He make a statement that the Afghan and Syrians don't fight. I don't represent Syrians, but representing Afghan people, you know, only in the past 3 to 4 years, 60,000 Afghan troops were killed on the battlefield fighting with terrorists. So I think it's not fair to our troops who are fighting in the front line to say that they are not fighting. We are fighting. We are in the full front of terrorism. For us to achieve a peace, we need some international guarantee.
Right. Then let me ask you finally, I mean, the Taliban is actually making certain demands, maybe they call them recommendations, but they want all foreign troops to withdraw from Afghanistan. Do you feel okay with that? If you get these certain international guarantees that you're asking for, would it be better for the country if all foreign troops were to evacuate Afghanistan?
Well, eventually, as a patriot, that's what I want. But in the meantime, we have to live with realities. The realities of nowadays Afghanistan is that not only Taliban are the security risk. There are more than 18 terrorist groups in Afghanistan functioning that are security challenged. There are ISIS, there are other Haqqani networks and other terrorist networks that are security challenged to our people. So leaving Afghanistan without a proper and responsible end, ensuring that Afghanistan is safe enough, I think it will backlash security of the world, and especially United States. Therefore, I think it's not a good idea to completely withdraw from Afghanistan, given the terroristic groups that are working in Afghanistan, not only Taliban but others. I think it's good to negotiate on some level of compromise. It's for the mutual interest, security interest of both Afghanistan and the United States and the world to ensure that Afghanistan is safe enough. And from my perspective, living in Afghanistan all my life, I don't think it's safe enough at the moment that the international community completely withdraw.
Okay, Fawzia Koofi, thank you so much for joining us there from Moscow. We greatly appreciate it.